Yeah. Alright. Well, here we are, guys. Testing out a new microphone setup. Testing out a new, possibly, as you can see, a new cockpit. Uh-oh. What's going on there? Used to seeing the whole Harley up front, but now we're on something different. Got rid of the Harley and got me a Tigre. So we're loving life on the old Triumph Tiger 900. Alright, that guy's cool. Yeah, so that was it. Rode Harleys for enough years. Well, Harleys for about 18 years, every one of them. Just cruiser style, choppers, all that kind of stuff. Did a little bit of bagger riding, all of it. And then I wanted to try to get into the ADV game at some point, I knew. But I switched over to doing full-time motorcycle commuter. I say full-time, 90% motorcycle commuter. If it's really, really bad out, I'll still take a car or whatever. I got a long haul. And I am sole provider of my family. So I'm not going to be out here getting crazy risky if it's snowing and all that kind of stuff. But cold weather, a little bit of rain, a little bit of whatever, not too big a deal. So commuting on the motorcycle all the time. I was doing that a little while on the Harley. And man, it was brutal. It was brutal on that bike. Not so much on me, like whatever on me is whatever, but the bike itself was catching hell. Like it was going to get beat to death, unfortunately. Just 5-speed, older, 35,000 miles, something like that, which isn't super high mileage in my opinion, but at 35,000 miles on an old 88 cubic inch 5-speed, that whole deal. So it wasn't the most conducive to long commuting, where I ride 60 to 65 miles a day to get to work. So that's a lot of miles. And then to do that 5 days a week, you do the math, I'm riding at least 2,000 miles a week just to get back and forth to work. So it was tough on the old girl. And like I said, I wanted to try to switch over to the ADV game and see what was up with that. So I said, let's do it. Did it a couple, 2 months ago now? So I've had about 2 months, I don't know, 2,000 miles maybe, something like that on this so far. And it's been awesome. Started off riding it when it was still pretty cold out. I'd go into work and it wasn't too bad. 50s and 60s on the way into work. I work overnights, so 50s to 60s on the way in, and then on the way home it was like mid-30s quite a few days, and that was tough. But man, I'm gonna tell you, it was just fine with this bike. You know what I mean? 30s is a tough gig to play, but when you got heated grips and hand guards and a heated seat, like the heated seat isn't the biggest clincher, but man, heated grips and the hand guards make a huge difference, because even with my insulated gloves, it was still pretty tough. Like, it was hard on them fingers occasionally, you know what I mean? But on the Harley, oh bro, it was just a nightmare. Super brutal on the fingers when I was riding the Harley with nothing going on up there, you know what I mean? So now I've got cruise control, I got heated grips, heated seats, I got all that kind of stuff. Man, it's awesome. All these little creature comforts that make such a huge difference when you're doing these long commuting hours, you know what I mean? Riding an hour plus one way every day, twice a day, makes a difference to be able to be comfortable every now and then, put that cruise control on, take the old throttle hand off, and just let her eat, you know what I mean? But man, I'm gonna tell you, so just all that aside, this bike has been phenomenal, dude. Like, this, what do they have, 105 horsepower? Buddy, it's good. She's got horsepower and plenty to spare. Like, I haven't even really wound her all the way up yet, you know what I mean? I'll rip into it a little bit here and there, but nothing crazy. But man, just so smooth, so fast. It's so nimble, honestly. Like, it's weird to think that something that's this, like, squishy, like, it's squishy and bouncy and soft and supple, but still so nimble in the corners, still so smooth in the corners, smooth acceleration. It's awesome, dude. It's a phenomenal bike. And, you know, quite the experience for my first time away from Harleys. You know what I mean? Like, my second favorite bike I've ever had after this one was probably my Road King. I had a 2009 Road King, and that bike was a dream. Like, it was a beauty of a bike. It handled pretty well. Had all the storage and luggage and all that great stuff. And it was a pretty cool bike. But man, and it was, you know, it was pretty fast. 96 cubic inch, 6 speed, like all of that. It was pretty fast. Did really great on the highway, comfortable and all that kind of stuff. But it didn't have any of the creature comforts. No ABS, no traction control, no heated anything at the point when I owned it. All of that stuff could be added, but you know, why would, you know, why bother spend the money on that bike? I guess why bother? Just a personal preference, I reckon. But it's just, man, this one, just buying into it, and it's got everything I need as far as all that stuff goes. And God, I couldn't ask for more, you know what I mean? So now all I gotta do is get her dialed in with the luggage package, figure out what I'm gonna put on there, get that going. I got me a little Saddleman bag on the back. I guess I'll do like a walk around on the bike at some point. Put that up. I always say I'm gonna do stuff with these videos and then I don't. But I'm trying to get better at it. And then this one will hopefully help me get into doing more riding videos. I'll be able to do some adventure videos and stuff like that. And, you know, I like doing bushcraft. I like doing camping stuff. So this is perfect. Like, this is why I wanted to get into the ADV thing, because I do so much other outdoorsy type stuff, and like I would do all that kind of stuff with my Harley on occasion. I've taken choppers places that ADV bikes go, you know what I mean? Taking some off-road trails and through the woods and all this other kind of stuff to go on cool camping party trips and all that kind of stuff. And you know, but it was not the right tool for the job, we'll say, you know. So now I've got this, and it's just going to be easier for me to be able to load it up for camping, load it up for a day of hiking and bushcrafting or whatever if I feel like doing it, and just be able to get off down some of them dirt roads and west by God, you know what I'm saying? There's plenty of that there, and you know, all the years that I rode Harleys, I never really did any of that. It was all city stuff, towns and all that kind of thing, but now I'm a little more backcountry where I'm at, so a little more of a backcountry capable kind of rig is a plus for me, and it definitely suits the majority of my lifestyle. But yeah, man, trying to get away from the Harley game, that was like, it was more and more becoming apparent to me that it wasn't me anymore, you know what I mean? I was not I don't want to say I wasn't a Harley guy, because I guess I'm still a Harley guy. I'm still that kind of, I don't want to call myself a scumbag. I'm not a scumbag anymore. But I lived a lot more scumbag life back in the day, and partying and drinking and carrying on, and all that is gone, man. I'm done with that phase of my life. I lived a long life of doing that kind of stuff, and I'm not into it anymore. Whatever, for the guys that are into it, hey man, that's your trip, that's your journey. You do what you're gonna do. But for me, I just knew that was not what I was and what I wanted to be anymore, where I wanted to be, what I wanted to be doing. And it's hard to do the Harley thing and have that be your primary. Like, I still love them, I still want to build choppers and all that, but I'm not into the scene, you know what I mean? Like, I love the bikes, but I don't want to say I don't love the people. That's a hard thing to say. It's just, I don't love what comes with it, man. There's too much, you know, naked women and booze and drugs and all that going on everywhere all the time, and it's just like a prerequisite for the Harley game. there's something wrong with it. Who cares if you're fitting it? But I just hate being lumped in with the ones that are trying to fit it. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's some real badass dudes out there for sure. Good for them. But there's probably 20 times more that are just not. You know what I mean? They're not. They're just a dude who likes to play dress up on the weekends when he goes out and rides his $50,000 bagger around town. That's about it. But for the dudes that are out there actually racking up the miles, they're riding it because they love it. That's the life for them. Good on them dudes, you know what I mean? Good on them dudes. But all the extracurriculars that associate with that life, that's just stuff that I got away from, and I can't put myself in that place anymore, you know? So that's a huge part of why I got out of the Harley game. Like, I didn't even want to go to the Pan America and still be part of the Harley. Like, oh, you know, hopefully they'll still accept me into the Harley community, brother. You know, whatever. But so I found what I found in this, man. This was a great choice in my opinion. I said I've only had it for a couple of months, a couple thousand miles, but so far so great. You know, I've yet to do much more than just commuting on it, but I'm racking up miles doing that, that's for sure. Getting a lot of experience with it. Been dealing with it in the cold and then the warmer-ish, not really hot yet. Lots of stuff to learn with it still. Lots of off-roading to try to get into. Start trying to learn how to do that. You know, I rode dirt bikes a little bit when I was a kid. Rode BMX bikes for half my life, at least. And all that just to say, I spent a lot of time in the woods on bikes and